It was January 15th, 1947, in Los Angeles, a city built on dreams but running on shadows. Elizabeth Short, later dubbed the Black Dahlia, vanished into the night after leaving a party. She had sent postcards back and forth, promising to visit a friend and reconnect with Hollywood hopes. But she never reached her destination. The next morning, her body was discovered in a vacant lot in Leimert Park, horribly mutilated, bisected at the waist, posed like a grotesque sculpture. The news spread like wildfire. Young woman, aspiring actress, brutal murder, no leads. Reporters queued at morgues, printing sensational headlines. Citizens sat glued to their radios as detectives chased phantom clues. But with every turn, the case slipped further into darkness, and the city held its breath, waiting for the monster to be caught. Los Angeles was booming. Post-war optimism mingled with corruption, gangsters, and hidden vice. Elizabeth Short came from a broken childhood, bounced between foster homes, dreams of stardom burning bright. She made her way to California with hopes of fame, but instead drifted among small jobs, aspiring actresses, and the smoky bars of Hollywood's underbelly. She was said to be charming, engaging, but restless. She stayed at cheap hotels, made acquaintances with questionable characters. Some claimed she had romantic troubles. Others whispered she knew someone dangerous. She flirted with danger, like a moth around a flame. Those who met her later said she often looked over her shoulder. No one anticipated that someone was already watching her path. On that cold January night, she was last seen leaving a bar on South Norton Avenue, talking with a few men in dark coats. The details are murky. Some say she was offered a ride, others that she walked alone into the fog. Witnesses remembered a black sedan cruising slowly, but memory and fear is unreliable. Investigators pieced together fragments: a missing person report, hotel registration, phone calls made late at night. The LAPD began interviews, but suspects were vague, alibis shaky. Elizabeth's sister arrived from Boston, her face pale with worry. The city felt the pull. Someone had done this, but nobody knew who. The discovery stunned the public. Her severed body, carefully washed and posed, froze the city's blood. The underworld's whispers started immediately. Was it a gangster's message? A crime of passion? An insane lunatic? The police were unprepared for the gore, unprepared for the media circus that followed. Detectives were hounded. The victim's identity was confirmed by the belongings she carried: a few dollars, a suitcase tag, a small diary. The crime scene was contaminated. Thousands of letters poured in, many hoaxes, some serious. Elizabeth Short's face became iconic, plastered on every paper, every radio bulletin, every crime show. And still, nobody had the killer. The investigation overran the LAPD's resources. Detectives sifted through dozens of suspects: doctors, soldiers, lovers, reporters, and criminals. Harry Hansen and Finis Brown led the case, wrestling with incomplete clues. Every lead raised more questions. Some said a man named Leslie Dillon was a strong suspect, linked to morgue work, odd behavior, strange testimonies. Other leads pointed at local journalists and predatory men in authority. Many suspects had alibis. Some had none. Evidence was thin, often contradictory, and witnesses recanted. The case morphed into a labyrinth of false trails and wild accusations, yet no arrest was ever made. Across the city, people speculated fiercely. She was blamed for walking alone. She was excoriated for her dress and friends. Tabloids sensationalized her life, calling her promiscuous, bold, flawed. But behind the headlines was a real girl with hopes and heartbreaks. In smoky nightclubs, whispers of connections circulated. Secret lovers, blackmail, underground dealings. Some claimed she had secrets, letters she was carrying, someone she feared. The city's elite worried the case would expose their sins. Many downtown feared the killer was among them. Every theory had shadows. Every shadow had a face. One theory held that the killer was an anatomist, a person with medical knowledge who could dissect human bodies cleanly. The precision of the crime fueled that suspicion. The way the body was cleaned and posed suggested someone intimate with dissection or anatomy. Some investigators believed the killer transported her body post-mortem to the lot. Other theories speculated that Elizabeth had been lured to a meeting under false pretense. The notion of a doctor killer haunted newspapers, yet none of the suspects linked clearly to all aspects of the crime. Frustration gnawed at detectives as leads expired. Despite investigations, more than 50 years passed with the crime officially unsolved. Over time, new authors, amateur sleuths, and cold case units revisited the files. Some claimed to hold the key: letters, fingerprints, cryptic diaries. Every new theory fueled media resurgences, but with every re-examination came contradictions. Some suspects died before full scrutiny. Others disappeared themselves. The public remained fascinated. The case transcended murder, becoming American myth. Elizabeth Short outlived her death. She became a symbol. To this day, the Black Dahlia remains one of the most infamous unsolved murders in LA history. The name evokes glamour, decay, and cruelty. Tourists walk near Leimert Park and wonder what really happened in that vacant lot. The killer, if ever alive, walked free into history's shadows. Books, documentaries, even podcasts continue to revisit her story, but the woman behind the myth is often forgotten. Elizabeth Short was more than a crime scene. She was someone's daughter, someone's dream, and that dream died under cold streetlights.